Hey, want to see a cool shoe?
I'm gonna cut it in half.
This is a Xero Prio. I wanted a shoe that I could wear all the time and do anything in. I just needed a good all-around shoe, something simple. This is what I got. This is what I tried out. I'll tell you what, kind of think it's cool. It's marketed as the Xero's shoe that you can do anything in. What I like about it, it's got kind of the perfect amount of padding. I think the structure is nice. It's not too obviously like super barefoot, but it still feels minimal. You know, something I haven't always loved is Xero has historically had problems with colors. And so there's not always the best color picks, but I actually have come to really like the black and white. Do you have Xero shoes? Do you have a Prio? What do you think about them? That's what I think.
I'm gonna cut it in half now. Let's see if I can even cut this thing in half at all. Nice. Ow. There we go. Let's take a look at this thing. Here is the Prio. I'm only just looking at this for the first time myself, but I do remember what these shoes feel like. So first of all, here's the padding that got kind of smashed down. I think some of this is supposed to be up at the top, but I've pushed it down into the middle of the shoe instead of being up here. So that's part of what's happened. So be careful if you're sliding your heel aggressively into the shoe, because that's what did that for me. My heel slowly pushed this padding down. Also, what you'll see, the bottom of the shoe here, I've worn out this little fabric layer on top of what feels like a more rubbery layer. There's multiple little marks here. This is from my forefoot, I think, and this is from my big toe. So that's what that looks like. So beware, if you're wearing this a lot, if you're running, if you're going to the gym and you're not wearing the insole would have protected that part. But since I didn't wear it, that's what happens. Not wearing the insole makes it a little bit more barefoot feeling, but also it probably shortens the lifespan of the shoes. I had these for a couple years and the rest of the shoes seem to hold up pretty decent here. You can see that the little cap here on the toe is an extra layer. This pad, the one a little bit further up, stops right when this one starts. So it looks like two, but it's really only one major layer of padding there. There's only probably less than a centimeter of overlap between this layer and this layer. And then the back here, this extra kind of pad here, quite thick actually. That's actually a pretty nice thick piece of whatever material that is. But yeah, so this part back in the heel is reinforced pretty well. The toe is reinforced pretty well as well. Sometimes I tend to press my big toe into the top of the shoe and push it up. So where I might stretch it out a little bit, it doesn't look like that has significantly worn through this fabric at all. The tread looks good. You can see where the outsole is coming off of the upper. That cementing just doesn't quite hold up forever. Oh, here's an even better example here. Overall, I would say these have held up pretty well. I went pretty hard on them, got my use out of them. I wish the bottom of the shoe wouldn't do this quite as fast, but what can I expect without wearing the insole, I suppose. For me, the tread held up pretty well. That's not too worn down. And it is disappointing that this cushioning can be moved like that. But if I got a second pair of these, which I might, I would be more careful when slipping my feet into the shoe, because I would do this every time, right? And I think that motion, just of slamming my heel into it, pushed that padding down enough over time that that's what made me unable to wear them anymore. That's the reason I'm cutting them right now, is because that padding getting pushed down caused my heel not to be securely fastened into the shoe. Now, one other thing I'll say, I really do love this shoe. I got the Xero Prio Neo as a replacement for these as they were wearing out, and they're cool. But to be frank, I do actually miss the black and white one, you know? The white is nice, but it gets discolored pretty quickly. And there's something about this design that is just a little bit more appealing to me the longer I sit with them both. But that's really just my subjective opinion. If I lost all my shoes though and had to go back to the store and get a new pair of Xero shoes, I think I would get another one of these though, instead of one of these. And then I just go a little easier on them, I guess. So that's what the inside of the Xero Prio looks like. Not a whole lot that doesn't meet the eye, which in the case of a barefoot shoe is a good thing.
So let's get into the real review here. I like it. Now, I would suggest snap out of it. Hey, you're watching stuff